I would like to present a summary of the Nobel Economic Sciences 2010 Markets with Search Frictions, presented by me, Richard. To highlight the theory of market with such frictions, we would like to think about why are so many people unemployed at the same time that there are a large number of job openings? How can economic policy affect unemployment? The 2010 laureates have developed a theory which can be used to answer these questions. This theory is also applicable to markets other than the labor market. On many markets, buyers and sellers do not always make contact with one another immediately. This concerns, for example, employers who are looking for employees and workers who are trying to find jobs. Since the search process requires time and resources, it creates frictions in the market. On such search markets, the demands of some buyers will not be met, while some sellers cannot sell as much as they would wish. Simultaneously, there are both job vacancies and unemployment on the labor market. The three laureates have formulated a theoretical framework for such markets. Peter Diamond has analyzed the foundations of such markets. Del Mortensen and Christopher Pissarides have expanded the theory and have applied it to the labor market. The laureates' models help us to understand the ways in which unemployment, job vacancies, and wages are affected by regulations and economic policy. This may refer to benefit levels in unemployment insurance or rules in regard to hiring and firing. One conclusion is that more generous unemployment benefits give rise to higher unemployment and longer search times. Such theory has been applied to many other areas in addition to the labor market. This includes in particular the housing market. The number of homes for sale varies over time, and thus the time it takes for a house to find a buyer and the parties to agree on the price. Such theory has also been used to study questions related to monetary theory, public economics, financial economics, regional economics, and family economics. So, who were the winners of the Nobel Prize in Economic Sciences in 2010? There were Peter A. Diamond. He was born 29 April 1940 in New York, USA. Affiliation at the time of the award, Massachusetts Institute of Technology and Cambridge. The second one, Del Mortensen. He was born 2nd February 1939 and died on 9 January 2014 in USA. Affiliation at the time of the award, Northwestern University in Vincent, USA and Aarhus University, Denmark. And the third one, Christopher A. Pissarides. He was born 20th February 1948 in Nicosia, Cyprus. Affiliation at the time of the award, London School of Economics and Political Science, London, United Kingdom. All of them with price motivation for their analysis of market with such frictions and field in labor economics. What is the theory markets with such frictions? Transactions involve various forms of impediments to trade called frictions. Buyers cannot find the goods they are looking for, and sellers also may not find the buyers of their goods. The frictions can take many forms and resources and affect the labor market. This theory focuses on specific frictions due to costly search. Buyers and sellers locate each other, and pairwise watching come into contract. A search and matching environment can lead to macroeconomic unemployment problems as a result of the difficulties in coordinating trade, monetary economics, and housing. In this theory, Diamond, Mortensen, Pissarides built the MDP model that allow us to consider simultaneously: 1. How workers and firms jointly decide whether to match or to keep searching. 2. In case of a continued match, how the benefits from the match are split into a wage for the worker and a profit for the firm. 3. Firm decisions to create jobs. 4. How the match of a worker and a firm may develop over time, possibly leading to a great separation. The MDP model has also been used to analyze how aggregate shocks are transmitted to the labor market and lead to critical fluctuations in unemployment, vacancies, and employment flows. Applications of search and matching theory extend well beyond labor markets. The theory has been used to study issues in consumer theory, monetary theory, industrial organization, public economics, financial economics, housing economics, urban economics, and family economics. General aspects of search and matching markets. The broad theoretical work on search and matching addresses three fundamental questions. First, the law of one price should be expected to hold in market with frictions. Efficiency and the possibility of coordination failures based on the stylized model in diamond. About the price formation, we talk about diamond paradox. It is said, under general conditions, in an environment where buyers and sellers search for each other and where the sellers commit to price in advance of meeting customers, the single monopoly would prevail. Very minor search costs, and with a large number of sellers, the search and matching environment would deliver a rather large departure from the outcome under perfect conditions, which would prevail if the search cost was zero. A small search friction can have a large effect on price outcomes, and it would not lead to any price dispersion at all. About the aspects of efficiency, Diamond consider a labor market which gets on both sides of the market, albeit with a fixed number of traders. Contacts between traders, unemployed workers, and firms with vacancies are governed by a matching function, and wages are determined through net bargaining. An efficient outcome is shown to require that the match surplus should be completely allocated to the matchmaker. Efficiency requires that the agent who initiated an event should obtain the whole surplus, less a compensation paid to agents who are adversely affected. Job seekers allocated themselves across firms while recognizing that a higher offered wage is associated with a lower probability of getting hired, since a higher wage leads to a longer queue of seekers. In equilibrium, workers are indifferent about which firm to consider. The third general aspect is about coordination failures. The larger the number of traders in the market, the higher the meeting rates. That is, the more traders there are, the lower are the search frictions. For labor markets, many argue that constant returns, in which case multiple steady states cannot coexist, describe reality better, and also for the application to the financial markets. If investors sense that other investors will be active and produce, they produce too, thereby leading to high economic activity. But another equilibrium in the same economy involves low activity. Unemployment suggests missing opportunities from a societal perspective and potential inefficiency of market outcomes. Through a long series of systematic and partly overlapping contributions, Diamond, Mortensen, and Pizarridis have built a foundation for the analysis of labor markets based on search and matching frictions. An important concept in MDP model is the so-called matching function that relates the flow of new hires to the two key inputs in the matching process, the number of unemployed job searchers, and the number of job vacancies. This concept has allowed researchers to incorporate search frictions into macro models without having to specify the complex details of those frictions. A higher real interest rate has an adverse impact on job creation, which leads to fewer vacancies, higher unemployment, and lower real wages. Important concept in MDP model is the so-called matching function that relates the flow of new hires to the two key inputs in the matching process, the number of unemployed job searchers and the number of job vacancies. This concept has allowed researchers to incorporate search frictions into macro models without having to specify the complex details of those frictions. The first step towards a coherent search theoretical analysis of the dynamics of unemployment, vacancies, and real wages was taken by Pizarridis. Pizarridis' framework of analysis was a very important step forward in the literature on business cycles. Pizarridis employs the model to study the responses to anticipated shocks to productivity and derives the cyclical correlation between unemployment and vacancies. The DMP model has also been very important in allowing researchers to connect to data more focused on how jobs appear and disappear. They find that so long as unemployment duration is long enough, the model fits the fact quite well. Other applications of search and matching theory. Applied in monetary theory, the model can be used to study welfare role of money and the possibility of equilibria with multiple currencies. And the applications of search and matching theory can be applied for housing market, search frictions, and bargain prices. The theory is applied also for public finance, especially concerning labor taxation and social insurance. The search framework also the natural framework for studies of positive and normative aspects of unemployment insurance and has been widely used for the purposes. To study issues in financial economics, studying the interaction between agents in over-the-counter market, a valuable tool for the theoretical and empirical research in urban economics, and the last one to analyze of the marriage market. Conclusions about the theory of the market with search frictions. Search and matching theory has evolved from microeconomic theory to the leading paradigm in macroeconomics analysis of the labor market. The theory has many applications of search and implementations. Diamond, Mortensen, and Pizarridis have developed search and matching theory in a number of important ways. These include the first one, the literature on wage and price dispersion in search equilibrium. The second one, the literature on macroeconomic coordination problems. The third one, foundational work on constraint efficiency in search and matching markets. And the last one, the development of the canonical DMP model of unemployment, which has become a workhorse in macroeconomic analysis and is an important tool for policy making. So this is all about the video of the summary of the theory of market with search friction, the Nobel Prize in 2010. Thank you.